Welcome back. I'm continuing with the Lego Treehouse build. Something a bit different today. I've repositioned my camera because most of the action is going to be below this level. And skipping the sequence a little bit. Next up should be bag number 14, but bag number 14 is the very top of the tree. And then the next bags do everything down here. So I'm just going to skip bag number 14 for now and go right to bag number 15. Finish off the lower half of the set, and then go back to bag number 14 and finish off the top. All right, there's going to be a lot of random detail and then kind of a bigger assembly. It's the bottom level of our stairs. That gets clicked in. Some vegetation. First level of the staircase actually goes down here, snaps into there. Now this one's kind of in the middle, still snaps into this pole, like that, and then just floats over that one. Really like how they did that. Now the straight part of the staircase is just one single piece, which is fine. Now this thing will go, just trim there, should sit right on top of there, like that. Now this piece is going to tie from the hook down here to the hook up top here. Turn it toward me just so I can see what I'm doing. Why did they not look like they're lined up? Oh, well, isn't this interesting? This is in the wrong position. How do I fix that? What did I do wrong? I'll put this in to show my dilemma. Okay, so that should snap in down there. So, let's see if you can see this. Not sure how well it's going to show up. Where is it now? This is supposed to attach to this hook right here, but as you can see, it is one stud off. So this upper part here, this should not be where it is. It should be one stud over. I gotta go back and see where I went wrong. Not nearly as dramatic as I thought. This, I should actually be able to, yeah, just pop off, and I should just be able to move it exactly over where it needs to be. Well, that was a lot of drama for nothing. And now that lines up where it should be. Thought that was a much bigger problem than it actually was. And this is some handrail, like that. Two more curved stair sections. Start from the bottom and then go up. Hanging lamp. Well, that's the end of bag number 15, which was all about the staircase here. Some really good detail. I like the way it transitions from the ground, a little bit of a curve, then a straight part, then another curve up here to get up to the first treehouse hut. Handrail, got a light there, flower. It looks pretty good. Next up is bag number 16, which is going to add more detail to the ground level. Now there's one minifig in this bag of parts. There's our one minifig. First up, we have a couple detail bits around the bottom here. So this is just like a sack. So these are some chairs. This is the top of this table here. All right, this assembly looks like a little candlestick. What I'm noticing already, which I'm really thankful for, all these parts can be fixed to the set so that they're not loose, because everybody knows how much I don't like loose parts. Okay, where am I going to put this pumpkin? Right on the ground. So there's a bit of an open fire pit here. And a kettle over the fire. All right, turn this thing around. We got some more stuff over here. So these are either supposed to be little mushrooms or another stool and bench, not sure. Some vegetation. Now this is just a basket so they can lower things up with the winch. We've got a basket here with, unfortunately, has loose items in it, but at least they're in a basket. Still, it's a bunch of loose stuff. This will go on our winch here so they can raise and lower stuff up to the treehouse. Just like that. Now, I don't want this moving around, so I think what I'm going to do, I want to leave it connected, but I'm going to actually attach it to the set just by doing that. There, I'll leave the string attached a little bit. You know what? Change my mind. I'm going to disconnect it. I'm still going to have this attached to the set, but I'm going to move it over to here, and then I'll just tighten this up. I'll raise that up to get it out of the way. Okay, that is the end of bag number 16. Added a bunch of detail to the bottom. Got a picnic table with a candlestick, some stuff. We got a pumpkin over here. Stuck my minifig down there. Added some flowers, a little basket of goods, toadstools or mushrooms over here. I was a little worried at the beginning of this build, back in bags number 1 and 2, that the base looked pretty boring. There was nothing down there, and I wondered, well, I wonder if there's going to be any detail down there. Now we've added the detail. I don't know why they waited until this far along in the build to put the detail at the bottom, but they did. Here it is. It looks really nice now. What do you think of the set so far? Let me know in the comments. Next, we're going to go back to bag number 14, finish the upper part of the tree trunk, and then I'll get everything installed on the upper section. This should go pretty quickly. The constructions could be quite similar to what was done on some of the previous bags of parts. Let's get to it. It looks like this just sits in here. Now I got it stuck. Like there's nothing actually holding that in there other than the friction between the other parts. Well, this holds it all in there now. Oh, this can turn. So I'm going to turn it at 45 degrees because I think that's where it should be. A rod going down the middle here now. This small assembly gets perched on the top of here. Again, I think it's at 45 degrees. Wow, that works kind of perfectly. So setting this at 45 degrees kind of leaves like an H shape there. Sorry, leaves an I shape there. I guess depends how you look at it, H or I. So this can slip right over top and fit right between that gap. That works really well. This closes out the gap at the bottom. So now something similar for the next 3 sides. Well, that's the end of bag number 14. Our last central core. In this case, it's already been fleshed out with all the bark details around the outside. And there's a lot of connection points here for the various branches that will be done next. As a standalone build, this is quite interesting. Again, I like learning how to do something like this, where there's a central core and then there's going to be attachment points at the 45-degree angle marks. So it kind of looks round when really it's just a bunch of square pieces with a few sloped pieces, of course, but looks pretty good. That's enough for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll continue with the build next week.